challenge of launching a seaside restaurant whilst bringing up 6 kids has left John and Kim Burton Race reeling.
Young teenage girls are borderline mental.
And the heat of the summer has only added to their anxieties, with adolescent passions spiralling out of control. It's high season, and 17-year-old Eve is still battling to stake out her independence.
As usual, just looking for an excuse not to do anything. No, it's not. Follow you around like travellers everywhere you go.
And summer trade at the restaurant hits fever pitch.
You've treated this man abysmally.
No,
and I want the whole bloody restaurant to know.
You are going to get forcibly removed if you don't off.
It's August, and Dartmouth is under attack. To celebrate its naval traditions, every year the town hosts Regatta Week. The Burton Race clan are in high spirits. With 120,000 visitors flocking to join in the fun and games, the local hotels and restaurants are about to be mobbed. For John Burton Race, the gravy train has rolled into town, and he's got more motivation than most to milk it for every last drop.
Morning, Nige.
Jeff, morning.
Rob, can you spare me 2 minutes, please?
Yeah.
When I initially laid down the budgets, which are a bit of a laugh, aren't they? Let's face it. I said I was going to do, in August, 25 grand every week.
Yeah.
First week, 22, second week, 23. So we're about 5K behind. It's our time to be really, really busy. Busier than we all normally are, so that we can get over the winter, right? So I'm going to need to do at least £40,000 this week.
Right. £40,000.
Yeah, £40,000.
What does that equate to in covers?
So we'll...
Lunch and dinner?
So if we stay open on the Sunday night, we're normally shut. If we stay open all day Monday, that's 2 hits.
Yeah.
We should be able to collect 2 weeks' money...
In a week.
In a week. Yeah, but you've got 2 days off afterwards.
Have we?
Oh, great. Yeah. What to do? Go to the hospital.
Exactly. Yeah, I've had hospital food.
Regatta Week is the reason why many local restaurants survive. It's a once-yearly opportunity to build a nest egg that will see them through a barren winter. And as a fledgling business, the restaurant's future depends on it.
Well, you know, I've been listening to all the rumours about Regatta for the last 2 or 3 months, and it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that, and that. How many staff shall I get? I don't know. How busy are we going to be? I haven't got a clue. It's scary. It's all a juggling act all the time. All my projections are nothing but a guess and bluff.
John needs to turn over a minimum of 90 guests each evening. So far, tonight's bookings are falling well short. But before the first order is even called, the restaurant's PR mastermind has arrived to drag John away from his stove.
Who are we going to meet? The mayor? Okay, I'm just going off to the mayor. I'll be back in a moment, chaps. Carry on with us here. Well, what do I do with the uniform or lounge suit? So I could have worn my chef's jacket. Huh?
Mr. and Mrs. Burton Race have already made a splash in Dartmouth. They've been cordially invited to the official regatta opening party at the town hall.
I want you to be in your best behaviour.
I will. I'm always on my best behaviour. What are you talking about?
The cream of Dartmouth will be in attendance, and as newcomers to the local business scene, it's an ideal opportunity for John and Kim to do some serious networking.
It's probably a good idea to come to these sort of things because you get to meet all sorts of people. I met the mayor, you know. I'm not sure about the scones, though. You've seen them?
John and his chefs have come up with a military plan of how to survive 7 days of total bombardment over breakfast, lunch and dinner, with no time to regroup in between. Supplies have been ordered well in advance, the menu has been streamlined from 25 items to just 15, and dishes selected for their ease of preparation. It's a watertight plan. Or is it?
You get the spanner thrown into the works was when John comes in and he says, right, let's change everything. And then it all goes tits up.
I wasn't going to say
That's when it all goes tits up.
That does cause a problem.
That's when it goes tits up.
Guns to the left of me, guns to the right.
I'm old school, you know, old-fashioned. These boys have just got to learn to keep up. What can I say? Bunch of wusses.
Two quail or two beef?
Hi, nice.
Two quail or two beef?
The real world, mate.
John's regatta menu may be slimmed down, but with delicacies such as lobster tortellini and steamed brill with a smoked salmon sauce, he's hoping to keep the customers satisfied.
Tortellini, Steve? Come on!
But on the first night, a dozen bookings have failed to materialise, and the kitchen have served just 58 customers.
To have no shows, when roughly the average spends about £40–45 a head, it's a lot of money. And if that happens every single night during the week, it then becomes thousands of pounds. And in the year, it's devastating.
John's winter nest egg isn't off to the best start.
Crab fishing officially starts at 10. If you catch any before 10, please put them back in the water at 10 o'clock, because we don't want any cheating today.
Charles, put your hood up, please.
The following morning, Kim brings the kids into town to register for the most popular event of Regatta Week, the crabbing competition.
Charles.
John, what happened last night?
John's determined to implement a strict reservations policy with his manager, Jean Bertrand.
Yeah, 12 people, no shows. I can't afford it. What's happening?
For Regatta Week, all large parties will be recontacted and a credit card deposit taken to discourage any more phantom bookings.
This is the week we've got to make the money. And I keep telling you, yesterday can't happen tonight, all right? So go till about 1 o'clock with that 7, and then scrub it off, and then fill this slot. That empty table is costing us money, and we've got to do the money this week. You've got to turn the tables over as fast as you possibly can, because if you don't do it this week, what are you going to do in October? I'll tell you what we're going to do in October, we're going to go broke. I owe the bank a lot of money, so I do get paranoid about it. Well, Kim and I are into about £500,000 for this little place. It has to work, because if it doesn't, then it'll start threatening my mortgage and my family life. You know, it has to pay its way. This place isn't a game to me, it's a business.
Mama, so can we get some more big buckets?
He's just gone across the road to get some.
All right, then can we go in a better place?
Do you get your competitive streak from your dad?
Yeah.
The Burton Race Under-7s crabbing team are limbering up on the quayside, and John can't resist the chance to join in the fun and escape his worries.
All children in the crab fishing competition, please.
He scored a range of premium bait from the kitchen that should give the younger teammates the winning edge.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start fishing.
Let it out, okay, like that. But you hold on to this all the time, or you'll drop your line in. Hold on to your line, and remember, you get overexcited and pull too hard.
Millie, you've got one.
You've lost 2, you've lost 3, still got 1 on. That's a great crab. Gently, gently.
Oh, Millie's got another one.
Oh, dropped off.
The competition is split over 3 age groups, under 5s, the 5s to 7s, and the 8s to 11s.
Dad, I don't think we're supposed to be helping.
Crabs caught by overly eager adults will be discounted.
What age group are you in?
The 2-year-olds.
We got a 70 lunchbook, and he's out there crabbing.
Yeah, but this is much more important. Crabs are more important than the restaurant, aren't they, this morning, class? It's a huge one, look at that. Oh, God, so frustrating. That isn't being a sportsman. Because you think you're not going to make it, what do you do? Give up.
Dad, I've got 10.
How many?
10.
Okay, kids, 11 o'clock, stop grabbing and take your buckets down to the shelter.
If you lose your crabs, I'm not chasing after them.
Number 1 appears on the Southian. Number 6 is away. Hello, collision with number 6. There is a collision here. Oh, number 4.
How many do you get?
Number 3.
Charles, how many do you get?
What did you win?
8.
8.
Oh, grumpy.
You see, we have a bad loser.
Hey!
John and the kids didn't catch enough crabs to win a prize in any category. But the latest news from the restaurant has given John something to smile about.
Tonight we've got 102 booked, and there's still a table of 4 we could possibly sell at 10 o'clock. So this will be a new Angel record.
The restaurant is gearing up for the busiest night on record. Everything has to be perfectly in place and ready to take the onslaught.
We do run out of ingredients. What are we going to do for tomorrow?
All the fish is already ordered now. It's coming in tomorrow. One fish.
But can you guarantee it'll come?
If it doesn't come, I'll
strip naked and jump off the pier. Strip naked and jump off the pier. That's a good one. Yeah, we'll go that.
They've got the numbers, but can they take the pace?
1 tortellini, 2 cod and a monkfish. How long, please?
Ready, chef.
Now, chef. We're completely, fully booked. If they come early or if they come late, we'll go under. We need to resit 11 tables tonight. First table's coming at 6:30. And if we haven't cleared 11 tables by about 9 o'clock at the latest, then they're going to be queuing up outside. I don't know if I'm panicking, but yeah, I am worried. Very worried.
Service has barely started, and John's worst nightmare has already come true.
But we have to eat.
A table of 10 have turned up expecting to eat, but as Jean-Bertrand was unable to contact them to reconfirm their booking, he's given their table to another party.
Good evening. Can I help?
Yeah, do you want to sit down for a minute?
No, but would you like to help about saying you've got to go to the union?
Not really. We booked this
No,
table.
I'd like to do this quietly and gentlemanly, and not upset the rest of the customers. The fact of the matter is, my girl has been trying to confirm this table with you for the last 3 days.
Well,
This is a business, and I'm sure you're a
She hasn't
businessman.
done a very good job then.
Well, no.
I've been in my home for the last 3 days and she hasn't rung me.
Okay.
Well, any restaurant in the world, when you book it, we give them a telephone number.
Yes.
The telephone number is the security.
And
I've never known, once you've given a telephone number, they ring up for a booking. If you give them a telephone number,
If I'm allowed to
that is their
finish.
security.
No, you finish.
No, because we're bloody cross.
So am I cross, because you're making a scene in my restaurant.
I'm
and
going to make a
taking
bigger scene if you don't.
No, you're
find-
not.
Either you feed us
No, you're
here,
not.
or
Please
you go
don't threaten
fed
me.
somewhere else.
Please don't threaten me. I am not obliged to serve anybody.
What a
I'm
suggestion
speaking to the
start doing
gentleman
it.
in a gentlemanly fashion. I'm sure he and I will sort this out.
How?
By having a conversation in a
How are you
gentlemanly
going to
way.
sort it out?
By having a conversation in a
The
gentlemanly
only way it's
way.
going to be sorted out is by us leaving here, so you can fill your
Why
table.
don't
No.
you sit us
That's
down
a
there?
gentlemanly
We
way.
leave
What
and
I'm
we
going to
leave
suggest,
fairly
if I
on.
don't need an
This guy
audience.
is a Let's go.
No, I'm not. You are.
You're outrageous. You
No, you're a.
self
And I'm not here.
magazine saying
I'm not
what
a.
you
I'm not
are.
here to be
You
insulted
are,
by
because
you.
You've treated
No,
this
I'm
man
not.
abysmally.
No,
And I
you're-
want the whole bloody
you're a-
restaurant to know.
You are going to get
deserve-
forcibly removed if you don't.
Why don't you
You seem a reasonable
Tell
man.
me what you're going to do.
I'm going to sit you down and I'm going to make it my problem that you didn't confirm the table.
After juggling his tables, John manages to find space for his disgruntled customers later in the evening, but they decline his offer and eat elsewhere.
At the end of the day, no one's here trying to turn customers away. We're busting ourselves to try and give you a good time. Sometimes we fail, and that's it. Regatta.
It's midweek, and regatta madness continues in Dartmouth. The unrelenting flow of customers has seen the New Angel bankroll nearly half of John's optimistic 40 grand target.
What about last night? Who does this remind you of? Samaj one soul. Oh no, sorry, we've run out of soul. What?
But in spite of their strategic planning, the massive demand has caught the kitchen completely off guard.
Every time I went to the drawer, it was like Mother Hubbard. It was empty. Actually, what did we have left, Steve? What was there left?
Big chips.
Big chips, that's right. We had big chips.
While his chefs attempt to bolster fish supplies, John heads out of town on a mercy mission for another key ingredient: cheese. John's resolve to use local produce means thankfully his supplier is just 3 miles away, and picking up an order in person brings the added bonus of getting a quick taster of their latest offering, a curd cheese laced with herbs.
Is it raw milk?
Yes, it is.
It is?
The cheeses are unpasteurised, yeah.
And how difficult it is to do that?
You've got good milk, not a problem. So it's a fresh cheese for the summer, stick it in a salad, whatever. And we're actually only making it in tiny quantities, as you see.
Yeah, that's lovely. Now, I love your triple creme. Really rich. They're producing something that I really love and my customers really love. They've got so much in common, people in Devon, with the people in France. They're very, very proud of local produce, and whether it's wine, whether it's cheese, whatever it is, they love to support what's grown and produced locally. What you've got to be careful of is that you don't overprice yourself, because they all know how much it costs. So you have to be clever. You have to be careful. Otherwise, they'll chop your legs off. OK, so how many you got there? 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good.
Keep you going. Right. Keep you going for tonight.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mike.
OK, John.
Devon may be the land of plenty, but its infrastructure is set in medieval times. And under the pressure of regatta, Dartmouth's road system is beginning to get to John.
Look, beautiful. There's Kingswear, and everything looks idyllic, but it's not. It's as bad as anywhere in London. This used to be the car park where I used to try and park the car. It's now a fairground. There's no thought gone into anything. Bonkers. There's the car park. Look, it's a carousel. And I'm not on holiday. And then here I go again, round and round and round and round like a bloody idiot, wasting time. How's that two-way? How can you get 2 cars down there? Look, cones, 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 cones. Impossible. I'm not going to get the parking right. I'm going to lump it on a double yellow that could get stuck.
Back at home, there's another grumpy Burton race.
Getting ready to go into work this evening? Yeah.
Having thrown in the towel at the family restaurant and bunked off to Reading for a fortnight, 17-year-old Eve has returned to Devon miserable, jobless and without a penny. Kim's managed to hoodwink her into helping out in the restaurant again, if only for regatta week.
I don't want to be down here. I want to go back to Reading. Reading? What does Reading hold for you? What does here hold for me? A lot more. You've got your family here. Mum, you're driving me all bonkers. As usual, just looking for an excuse not to do anything. No, it's not. To travel, follow you around like travellers everywhere you go. At least here you can walk into the local town. And meet who? Again, you see, you think everyone's against you and the whole... Well, how do I meet anybody at the school? I'm the new mum at the school. Yeah, it's because you smile. You haven't met any of them. Yeah, well, I have met some of them. And where have you been with them? What have you done with them? I haven't done anything yet, because it takes time to get to know people, but you never want to give anything any time. You just want everything to be there and in an instant, and it doesn't work like that. It's difficult, just as difficult for me to be down here. So you're going to go and get ready for work? Whatever. Eve. Yeah.
By day 4 of regatta, the unprecedented workload has started to get to the team.
Thank you. Tonight's first order, lunch, please.
They're all going a little stir-crazy.
So, Robin, what are we going to run out of today, do you think, then, Rob?
Well, the bookies' odds are at the moment. Grouse. Odds-on favourite.
Odds-on favourite, Grouse.
Odds-on favourite, odds-on.
How many scallops have we got, Gary?
21 dozen, Chef.
21 dozen. Not enough.
I knew you'd say that.
1 club salad, 1 scallop.
Orders for lunch are already cascading in, and John's about to knock up his 163rd Dartmouth crab salad of the week.
This is a cock crab. You can tell because it's got great big claws. It's the sweetest crab I've ever tasted in my life. We try as much as possible to get the whole claws out in one go, so that I can use those as a presentation for the salad. There's nothing difficult about a mayonnaise. It's basically egg yolks and oil. We'll need about 3 egg yolks. Just mix those up. Half a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. It's all about temperature. If your egg yolks are about the same temperature as your olive oil, which is about the same temperature, as your vegetable oil, you should be all right. Drop of lemon juice, okay, and that's the mayonnaise done. A little splash of Worcester sauce to get the nice peppery back flavour, Tabasco, and about a tablespoon of cognac, which will give it the fiery at the back of the throat. Gets all your palate and all your taste buds alive. How many's booked for lunch, James? 75 lunch. Now this is a pink grapefruit. I don't use lemon, it's too strong. Oranges ruin the flavour of the crab. Pink grapefruit, so the sweet and sour works just right. Even in something as simple as this, you have to actually think, because if you put too much of anything, you'll kill the thing that's the most delicate, and that's the crab. So you really got to be careful. I love roquette because it's sort of bitter, peppery. Slice the avocado into 3. Right, here's the crab meat. Just mould it with the spoons to a sort of fat cigar shape. And then that's the new angel crab salad. Right, James, can you send that, please? Right, come on, what's next?
And the crabs came. And came. And kept on coming.
Yeah, I just want this week over because it's getting very, very tired and very stressful. Thank you, sorry, I'm...
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday...
I keep thinking
Whether the guys can get a break or not today, I doubt it very much.
You know, you're on death's door by
I'm trying to...
aren't you?
If you can't stand the heat of the kitchen, get out of it.
After 6 nights rolling into bed at 2 in the morning, John's dragged himself out of his kitchen to spend the last few hours of regatta with his family. The Burton Race tribe have been invited on board HMS Sir Galahad as VIP guests. But the cause of all John's late nights isn't exclusively down to hard graft. The family's select invite has been secured over several late-night sessions with John's new Navy buddies.
How do those men know you?
We just passed a few hours together just having a few drinks.
Yeah, but I think they're meeting you tonight. They will.
After work, of course they will.
They will, they always do. And there's you thinking that you always want to come home.
No, that's my protection, the Royal Navy.
The Royal Navy's Sir Galahad has plenty of on-board entertainment.
Does this drive the ship?
No, you're lucky. Charles.
There's big toys for little boys to admire.
I'm going to join the Royal Navy, definitely.
And there's big boys in uniform for teenage girls to gawp at.
Look at them. Yeah, his name's Charlie.
Mum, stop it!
Oh, sorry. There he is there. See that butt?
Red, white and blue, Charles. Look, red, white and blue. Oh, look.
By the end of the week, John's takings are just £1,400 short of his ludicrous 40 grand target. To achieve this, his chefs have prepared 230 crab salads, poached 168 eggs, griddled 2,400 scallops, and served a grand total of 1,058 customers. Regatta has signed, sealed, and delivered.
It's only 1 week in a year, and you've really got to do it. And thank God, we've got that chance. I look forward to the next regatta. Of course I do, because that means we've survived the winter.
When winter descends on Dartmouth, the tourists depart and the reality of running a seasonal business hits home as the restaurant's income takes a nosedive.
In the restaurant business, it takes a long time to make £5,000, but it takes about 5 minutes to lose it.
That's next Thursday at 8:30. From convent girl to head of her own global sex empire, Fro catches up with the world's most successful madam on her release from jail next to find out how she became the Queen of Tarts.